Hey, it's Joe Crump. Another video on outsourcing and automating your business, your real estate investing business. This question is about outsourcing. Dear Joe, I'm working all the time. I love what I'm doing, so I don't mean to complain, and I'm making 3 times as much every month as I used to make in my job, just over broke, job. But I got into this business so I would have more time with my family and to do the things I wanted to in my life. I think the key is to hire some help. What jobs should I outsource first and why? We've talked about this a little bit in some of the other videos, but let me walk through it with you again. The first job that you want to outsource is an admin person. Just get somebody who charges you $8 an hour, $10 an hour maybe, that will that'll run your auto marketer for you to make sure that leads are coming in. And whenever you call somebody, if you do it inside the auto marketer, you've got a CRM there so you can keep track of them. But if not, you can at least, or let's say you're doing this remotely and you get an email with your leads, because every time you get a lead, it emails you with it. It emails you a voice message, or it emails you the text message, or it emails you the email message, and you can contact those people. And once you contact them, you can send that email to your admin person, and they can log it into the CRM for follow-up if necessary, or they can put the deal together and make sure it goes to the next step, and do all the paperwork and file all the stuff for you. So the admin person is the first person you need. Typically, it's going to cost you, per deal that you do, probably 5 hours of admin work. So let's say $50 for that. If you're going to pay another $50 for your boots on the ground, you're going to pay another, $200 or $300 for your seller finder, and maybe $100 or $200 for your buyer finder. So you've got, $400, $500, $600 out of every deal that'll go to pay all these outsourced people. Plus you've got your infrastructure costs, which may average you, if you're doing one deal a month, it'll average you $200, $300 a month. So if you're making $5,000 per deal, that's a pretty good return on that investment. If you're not putting deals together, if you don't know how to talk to sellers and put deals together, then outsourcing this stuff at the beginning doesn't necessarily make much sense, because you're going to spend a lot of money outsourcing and you're going to feel like you're just being drained and nothing is coming in. This is a bootstrap business where you can make money and then you can add another piece of the business, and you can add another piece of the business using the money that you make as profits. So that's how I've built all my businesses. I've always built my businesses from profits, and then when I have enough profit, then I can go out and I can try something else, or I can add another type of business or another type of business, and I can test different things with the profits that I made from the previous business. Everything that I do right now is based, is financed by profits, and not by going out and getting a loan to build a business. I don't do loans, even though I have good credit now. And I went through, the bankruptcy just like every other entrepreneur I know. Back in 1991, when I had a crash, I went through that because I was so leveraged, I was so overfinanced that when the market dropped back in 91, it dropped about 30%. Not as bad as this last crash, but it dropped enough to take me under. And when this last crash happened, I saw it coming. It happened to me once before, and I didn't have any money in loans, and I had income coming in, so I didn't go down that time. It did hurt, like it hurt everybody else, but it didn't bring me down, and I was able to stay afloat, and everything's pretty hunky-dory now again. So if you build your business properly, if you don't over-leverage, it'll make it easier for you to do that. So the first person you're outsourcing to is to the admin person. The next person is going to be working with your buyers, someone who talks to your buyers. And you're going to have them call all the buyers that come in, make sure they get into the properties. You might be the one at that point to call them back and find out how much they've got for a down payment and try to negotiate for a larger down payment or a higher lease option fee. So you might want to still split that job up at the beginning until that person knows how to negotiate and what you want in the deal. And then after that, you're going to outsource the sellers. And once you learn how to outsource the sellers, you're going to do that in a two-step process too. At the beginning, all they're going to do is ask questions, and then you're going to do the closing. But later on, you're going to teach those people to actually close. You're going to give them a bonus when they close a deal. And they're going to get better at it. It's going to take them weeks or months, and you may have to go through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people before you find one that can do the job and will do it consistently. But you can learn how to fire people quickly, as quickly as you hire them. So you hire them, you talk to them, you walk through the process, you have them listen to the audio, you get them working. If on the second day they're not making the calls they're supposed to be making, then you need to get rid of them immediately. Don't wait around for them to get better. Don't take their excuses. None of that stuff, because what they're showing you up front is that they're not going to be reliable. And then bring somebody else in. So maybe when you're hiring people, maybe have 2 or 3 people in mind, and then say, okay, I'm not going to be able to tell you for another couple of days. And then you have to try the first person. If he works out, great. Then you tell your people, I'm not going to hire anybody else for now. But if you're interested, I can hire you maybe in the future, because eventually your phone people will quit, at least until you find somebody that is getting good compensation, that's making good money, is happy at what they're doing, and actually enjoys the work. There are people that enjoy this kind of work, and it's not difficult work, and they can do it at home, and they can do it at any time they want to. Don't put too many pressures on them about, oh, you got to call from 10 to 11. It doesn't matter when they call, as long as they call that lead back as soon as they can on that day, sometime between 9 in the morning and 8 at night. That's really all I care about, and that they get called back every day. And hopefully they don't wait 6 hours or 8 hours to get back with them. But if they have to, okay, I understand. As long as they're closing deals, as long as they're getting me leads to call the next day, I'm happy. And then I call the leads the next day and I close the deal. So that's going to be the best way to get that business outsourced. And once you do that, then you can expand into a different area or maybe another business. Do something different. All right, hope that helps.